Sam Heughan sits in his small Edinburgh living room, soft yellow light illuminating his pensive face. A glass of whiskey in his hand, he swirls it around, watching the swirl of liquid as he watches his own life. On the table is an old photo, he and Katrina Balfe in Jamie and Claire outfits, holding hands, smiling brightly. It was 2014, when Outlander had just begun, and his life had taken an unexpected turn. "She's not just my co-star. She's the person who knows me best," Sam whispers, his voice breaking. "She's my life, my breath." When Sam first met Katrina at the casting, he didn't expect anything special. She walked into the audition room, her brown hair loose, her eyes both soft and determined. When they read the first lines between Jamie and Claire, the room fell silent, no one daring to interrupt. No more acting, they were two souls who crossed paths, meeting across layers of destiny. "Kate brought something real," Sam later recalled in an interview. "From that moment on, I knew she wasn't just another co-star. She was destiny." Outlander lasted for several seasons. They spent hundreds of days filming in the cold snow, pouring rain, or scorching sun of Scotland, South Africa, Prague. Every time the camera is turned off, the two of them didn't retreat to their own rooms, but often walked together, discussing their roles, their unspoken feelings. Many times, Sam felt his heart tighten when Katrina smiled. Not because Claire smiled, but because she was the real her. She sat in the corner of the set reading a book, the light shining through her hair. In that moment, I wished time would stop. There was a time when Sam wanted to confess to Katrina. It was a day of filming in South Africa, 2017. They had just finished filming the tearful farewell scene between Jamie and Claire at the port. The emotions were so intense that Sam's heart stopped. That evening, in the twilight, he walked into Katrina's room. "Kate, I have something to say," but she smiled softly, stepped forward, and hugged him, not like a lover, but like an old friend. That hug was intimate, but it set an invisible boundary. Sam was silent. The media began to pry. Rumors about Sam and Katrina's relationship arose. Many fans wanted them to be a couple. But Sam kept quiet, and Katrina denied it. "We are best friends. Very close, but not that kind of love." That sentence was like a cold knife stabbing into Sam's heart. But he still smiled, still appeared by her side, still continued to play the role of Jamie, the husband who loved Claire with all his life. When Katrina announced her engagement, Sam was stunned. She sent him a text, "You're the first person I told. I hope you come to the wedding." He did. He wore a suit, a smile, and gave her a hug that was longer than usual. In his heart, he whispered, "I love you, Kate. But you were never mine." That night, Sam drank alone until dawn. It was the first time in years that he cried so weakly. Even though Katrina was married, they continued to film Outlander together. Every romantic scene was a challenge. Sam had to act out a love scene with someone he truly loved, but couldn't have. "It was the hardest role I've ever played, not Jamie Fraser, but myself, Sam Heughan, hiding my true feelings." But he persevered. "As long as I was close to her, I could endure it," he thought. Time passed. The final season was approaching. They filmed the final episodes together, the whole crew choking with emotion. On the last day of filming, after the final scene between Jamie and Claire, Sam hugged Katrina tightly, longer than any hug before. "Thank you for everything," Kate whispered. Sam nodded. But in his heart were thousands of unspoken words, thousands of moments that could not be expressed in words. In 2025, in a special interview to celebrate the 10th anniversary of Outlander, Sam was asked, Did you ever love Katrina? He smiled. Then there was a long silence. Finally, for the first time, he answered. Love? No, not like that. I loved her the way Jamie loved Claire. It was not just love between a man and a woman. It was something that transcended time and space. The interviewer was silent, not daring to ask more. Because the look in Sam's eyes at that moment said it all. One autumn evening, while in his London apartment, Sam received a call from Katrina. Her voice was trembling. Sam, I just had a fight with my husband. I feel empty. Without thinking, he took the night train to Dublin, where she lived. They sat together in a small pub on the side of the road, not saying much. Sometimes, silence is the language of lovers who cannot be together. At the end of the night, when they said goodbye, Katrina put her hand on his cheek. If there is an afterlife, I hope we don't meet so late like this one. Sam didn't answer. He just bowed his head, kissed her hand lightly, an action from Jamie, but also Sam's deepest confession. In a small memoir published in limited edition at the end of 2025, Sam wrote, "The woman I love has been by my side for 10 years. Every day I saw her smile, heard her read her lines, held my hand through every scene. But I never had her. And maybe, never. Outlander is more than a show. It's my life. And my breath, always her. The final chapter. The wind still blows in the Highlands." Sam returns to Scotland, where they first filmed Outlander. He stands on the green hills where Jamie and Claire once rode through the ancient roads. The wind blows, cold and strong. He closes his eyes. No matter what happens, no matter how they don't get together, that bond, between Jamie and Claire, between Sam and Katrina, will always exist, like a legend, like a memory that never fades.